Lovelies, and welcome to episode 90 of the Prosperous Yogini Podcast. Now, if you're one of our YouTube listeners and you're noticing that the picture looks a bit grainy, can't get my webcam to work, so I've gone old school using the internal camera inside my Mac. Like, do you know what? From running an online business, from being heavily reliant on technology to deliver my offers and run my businesses, I want to let you know this. Sometimes, for no reason whatsoever, the technology, the computer says no. But this is not what today's topic is about. I cannot believe the sort of like universal alignments, the serendipity of all of this. It's kind of like reaffirming to me, like, I am best recording my podcast episodes as I go. Sometimes I really beat myself up about this, thinking I should be more organized, I should be more prepared, I should batch record my podcast, and I do sometimes, but I often am doing it on a weekly basis, responding. And I am a generator, if you know anything about human design, and that is what I'm meant to do, responding to the energy, the invitations around me. And the more I do it, the more things just flow. So last week's episode was 89, why you need an email list in 2024. And I went back over my podcast episodes, and I think it's episode 8. I was almost talking about the same thing, why social media is borrowed ground, borrowed land. And if you lost your social media account tomorrow, what would you do? And that's the power of an email list. But I know, right, that so many of us will go to social media. I am guilty of this too, by the way. We'll go to social media as a starting place. And I actually think it's a really good starting place, particularly if you use Instagram as a personal account, or you're using Facebook as a personal account. The reason why it makes such a good starting place is, one, it's free. 2, you know how to use it because you've been using it on your personal account and you already have an audience there. And because you already know how to use it, 3, it's your possible next step. But that's what it is. It's a step. It's part of your marketing package. It's part of your broadcast channels. It's part of how you make yourself visible. In the end, long term, it becomes a very small part. For me, social media is the icing on the cake, because for people to get your messages, to get to know you, to hear about your offers, you have to be generating an awful lot of content, putting out an awful lot on social media a lot of the time for enough people to hear it. Like, every little post is a drop in the ocean when it comes to social media. That's why stories can be so powerful. I can't remember what episode it is. I'm talking about hot tips for Instagram. Stories can be so powerful on Instagram because that is your hottest audience. That's where people are checking in on. So, if you are like, Amy, please don't tell me this, I need an email list and it's all going to go wrong, because this is what today's topic is about. I just using social media, it's working for me. Right. And I would be putting my effort quite a bit into stories and connecting and selling to my hot clients. But that's what today's episode is not about. Today's episode, I cannot believe, as I said, the serendipity of last week's episode versus today's. So last week, as I said, talking to you about email list building. In the mentorship program this week, on Wednesday, I received one of those messages that make your heart sink, your tummy flip a bit. We have a community space, not on Facebook, on a community platform called Circle. I really struggle with Facebook groups. I get really distracted by all the dog rescue videos and ads, yeah, right? But also I just struggle full stop in Facebook groups. And for that reason, when I decided I needed, community spaces within my online courses and programs, that I opted for a community platform like Circle. There are others out there. I absolutely love Circle. It's like Facebook without the noise. You can organize it better. And if, like the story I'm going to tell you today, I lose my Facebook account, then I still have my community space. So I pick up this message on our community forum in the mentorship program, Prosperous Yogini mentorship program for yoga teachers. If you're a yoga teacher, I literally don't know why you haven't joined yet. Add your name to the wait list, more on that at the end. And it goes along the lines of, over the weekend, she'd been hacked. She'd lost her personal Facebook account of 17 years. And alongside that, because your personal account is attached to your business account, she'd lost her Facebook and Instagram account, which of course we have been putting lots of energy and effort into growing as part of the mentorship program. And it's no lie that she was totally devastated, particularly to lose this personal account for 17 years and all the pictures, memories that go with that. So like, it's crap. Now, I know what you're going to think Amy's going to say now. Well, she didn't have two-step authentication set up. And like, if only she had that set up. I've listened to the podcast episodes where Amy tells me to stop listening to her and go and set up two-step authentication. Are we all sitting down? Are we all ready for this one? She had two-step authentication set up. What had happened, I've looked a little bit into this. I'm not sure about the full ins and outs of it, but hackers were able to get around the two-step authentication by setting up fake Oculus VR accounts, pairing these fake Oculus VR headset accounts to people's Facebook accounts. And then Facebook was under the understanding that these people were now under the age of 13 and shutting down their accounts. Now, I know you've been thinking, this is madness. This woman's been on Facebook for 17 years. Surely Facebook knows she's over the age of 13. Like, she can't have been, minus years to start this account. Again, it don't work like that. Facebook largely relies on AI and their bots to make these decisions. Then, if you want to reach out and find a human to override these decisions, it's very hard, stroke, virtually impossible. So I know, like, hearing this story can make us go, wow, Facebook's rubbish and that's crap and this poor woman. And I really do try and rationalize it with this, guys. Okay. Is Facebook, Instagram provide free? Let's just get really, really clear. Free opportunity for me to sell my offers, to create community and connection, and grow my business for free. And for that, I am forever, ever, ever grateful to Facebook. And I'm not denying, right, that there isn't shadow, there isn't a dark side to Facebook. Listen, what does we know as yoga teachers, our yoga practice teaches us that there's light and dark in everything. Everything has a shadow side. What we must be fully in the understanding, the vibration of when it comes to social media is that we don't own it. And something like this could happen. Instagram could just decide we violated their community standards and poof. It doesn't have to be that our account is hacked, or hackers can find get-arounds of the two-step authentication, which is what happened in this case. So this lady now finds herself midweek without her Facebook page, without her Instagram page, and this real sense of, I am done for. My business is going to suffer. And she's been on a roll. She's been growing her yoga business, growing her yoga classes, branching out into workshops, thinking about menopausal yoga program, events. It's really exciting what's happened to her. And it feels like, boom, the winds have been taken out of sails, the rug's been pulled out from her feet, and that's it, done for, right? And I think, first thing, if this happens to all of us, and including me, that we must allow ourselves to have this moment of frustration, upset, anger, disappointment, that feeling that we're done for and all is doomed, right? We must allow those emotions to come to the surface, right? They are really important. If we were to bury them, if we are to dismiss them, where does that energy go? Nowhere. It stays in our body. But what we mustn't do is stay stuck in that energy. Because if I'm in the belief, well, I was completely reliant on Facebook, Instagram, then I am done for. If I can reframe this, and this is what we did in our mentorship program, I've given this teacher a lot more advice than I'm going to give you on the podcast today. And if you've wanted this sort of advice, this is the value of my mentorship program. But I have helped her, and then everyone else on my mentorship program, and actually myself, right, who, when we heard her story, went, oh my God, like I had an oh my God moment, because I have invested, I won't lie, like lots of time and energy into growing my Instagram and Facebook page. I really enjoy my Instagram community. I really enjoy frequently showing up on Instagram and the interactions I have that. Not to mention, I use a very small amount of Facebook ads, both into like an evergreen sales funnel and launch events. Like, I'm not dependent on social media, but I use it and it absolutely generates money in my business. And if I was to lose it tomorrow, it would be a pain in the backside, to say the least. It absolutely would take the wind out my sails. So, and I think everyone in the mentorship program had that oh my God moment, like, whoa, what if this happens to me? Because literally this can happen to any of us, all of us. Like the people who've been impacted by this particular event, they have been people from all walks of life, like some bigger accounts. I still hold on to it that I wonder, as the more people talk about this, as this gets more widely known, as bigger accounts start to go into other broadcast channels and talk about it, like Facebook ultimately, Meta actually ultimately wants you to be on the app and to be having good user experiences. So this teacher may still get her account back, let's say, fingers crossed. But what I managed to do, once we'd all got over the, oh my God, this is awful, what I managed to do is give this teacher like this huge wave of energy, which basically said, I know this feels bad, but actually this is one of the best opportunities that you have got to really invigorate a wave of visibility into your business. Not to mention, a few weeks ago, she'd actually asked me, she'd had real success of like filling her classes after January, like classes were full. And then she noticed like things had just dropped off a little bit mid-Feb. And she'd asked the other week, like, how can I reinvigorate my class numbers? I was like, well, here is the answer. And it sounds bizarre because you're like, well, she's just lost one of her main broadcast channels. So I was like, this is an opportunity. It may not seem like it right now, but once the initial sort of like shock, upset, oh my God, passes, right, we're going to start to reframe this. And we're reframing this into, this is an opportunity for a massive wave of visibility and marketing energy into your business. Not to mention, this is going to force you, for want of a better word, into exploring other broadcast channels that are safer, that you own, aka your mailing list, for example. And we are all gutted for you. Your students, your friends, your family members, everyone who knows you is going to be gutted for you. And we are all behind you in supporting you with this new wave. And these were these 3 top tips that I gave this teacher. There was more advice, but these are the 3 main things. If you find yourself in this position after the initial oh my God shock passes, these are the 3 things that I would do. Okay, I would get everyone and anyone onto my mailing list. You're like, well, how do I do that? I can't chat to people on Facebook. Listen, we chatted to people before social media. Do you have your clients' phone numbers? Do you have friends and family's phone numbers? Can you send them a message saying, I've lost my Facebook account? Like, anyone that would be interested in my yoga classes or are coming to my yoga classes, or you've been to my yoga classes, please join my mailing list. This is going to be the main way that I'm going to communicate and connect to people. You have physical conversations with people in your world. You tell them, I've had my Facebook account, a cat. I know you know Kevin and Sheila. I have no idea who Kevin and Sheila are, but I know you know Kevin and Sheila. Everyone's Kevin in my world at the moment. I know you know Kevin and Sheila, like, come on a Thursday night. Can you give them my phone number, ask them to contact me, or can you get them on my mailing list? Or perhaps you've got people's numbers and you go into your booking details and you go through everyone who's booked a class with you. And it's going to take some time, but this is now a personal touch, right? This isn't just a post that you're putting out onto Facebook. You message, hi Kevin, I've lost my Facebook group. I noticed you booked into yoga before Christmas. Love to see you back anytime. Would you be happy to join my mailing list so I can tell you about my classes? I'm no longer currently on Facebook. Here's the link. Now, you would have never got in contact with Kevin if it hadn't been for that Facebook hack. So you get everyone and anyone to join your Facebook group. No. Everyone and anyone to join your email list using the communication lines that you do have. We do not all communicate via social media. Okay, WhatsApp, email, text, the power of human to human interaction, conversation, aka talking, right? Then you consider old school marketing techniques, which I want you to know are coming back anyway. Thank goodness. There was a time when social media didn't exist. There was a time when the internet did exist, and the people taught yoga. People run yoga retreats. People run yoga teacher training courses. People run businesses. Yeah, that did not need social media, that did not need the internet. Now, I'm not lying, that internet and social media makes it a lot easier. People had online businesses before social media, right? What did they do, right? I said, what did we do? I started my business, my yoga business before not before the internet, but definitely before social media. And definitely I was like the first person on my training course to have a website, and it was like radical. Can you imagine a website being radical? Anyway, so old school marketing techniques look like this, right? Word of mouth. You know, you've got in contact with all your students. You drop Sheila a text to say, look, I've lost my Facebook account. Like, I'm a bit worried that, you know, people won't know about my classes. Could you spread the word? Word of mouth is king, both online and in person. Boots on the ground marketing, I call it. Like, literally mean put your boots on the ground, put your trainers on and walk around your local area. This is very particular, I realize, to people that are running offers in person, but get go around your local area where your classes are, where your local services are being offered, and just be like, into the coffee shop. Hi, I offer this. I'm a local yoga teacher. Would you like my flyers? Have some business cards. I mean, how often are you in the post office having a chat and someone says, oh, do you do this? Oh, I'd be interested in that. And the power of handing them a business card over, follow me on Instagram, is monumental. So at the very least, get some business cards printed with your email address, a mobile number, website address if it exists, right? And have that ready, okay? And really use the power of boots on the ground marketing, talking to people, flyers, business cards, physically talking to people, and then asking your loyal tribe, the students that love you, the people that come to everything you do, to help you. And then this is like my third and final thing. I would, believe it or not, start a new account. Now, I understand that you right now, if you had this experience, would be like, I absolutely hate Facebook. No, no way. But one of the best things you could do is start a fresh account, put that it's a new account, Facebook and Instagram, business accounts, get them paired, right? And enjoy a wave of fresh new followers and engagement. Okay, because everyone, right? Yeah, send out your email list. Here's my new social media account. Please follow me here and please share with everyone so I can build my account back up. And people are gonna go, yes. You are on a wave of visibility. So I would start a new account. I would say that it's a new account, and I would again ask anyone and everyone to get behind you and follow you on this new account and enjoy this new wave. Off the back of this sad story, enjoy this new wave of visibility. Now, the other thing that this teacher is doing off the back of my advice is, like, the world is not on social media. There are other broadcast channels other than Instagram and Facebook. But for me, like, they're my 3 top tips. Get that mailing list sorted and get your key main clients, your buyers, interested clients on that mailing list. Secondly, go old school, talk to people. Word of mouth is king. Whether it's online or in person, like if I give you an example, if it's like, well, I run an online business and I've got a course and I've got a launch coming up, right? Okay. Well, why don't you email everyone who say that previously done this course and say, offer them an affiliate commission. They sell it for you. They get a percentage. That's an example of word of mouth and reciprocity on an online environment. And then I would start that fresh account and I would ride the wave of the positive impact of fresh engagement and fresh followers, because we think I've lost all those numbers. I my account's growth is so slow on Instagram now, and I put up all these numbers, right? Forget the metrics. What matters actually is engagement. And it's much better to have a small engaged community on your social media than a bigger account where people aren't engaged. To be honest, you can almost see it as if you lose your account, it's a bit of a cleansing. Let's start again and let's get everyone that really cares and is really interested in me and what I offer on my account. And then, like I said, we did go through some other options that are off Facebook and Instagram, other options that actually involve longer form content, because the other challenge that we have with Facebook and Instagram is content has not only gets seen by a very small lens of the people that follow your account, but also has that small shelf life of around 12 hours. So I'm not saying give up on Facebook and Instagram, because I love it, right? But I'm very, very aware it is the icing on the cake. All right, my darlings. So you can see that there are many messages in today's podcast, but one of them has been the power of my mentorship program. Doors are reopening on the 22nd of April. So I'm giving you guys plenty of time. I'll put the wait list, sales page details in the show notes. If you are a yoga teacher, the mentorship program is specifically for yoga teachers, because along with the business side of stuff, we also work on teaching. It's business mentoring and further training education for yoga teachers. If you're not a yoga teacher, if you're like female entrepreneur, female service-based provider, and you're like, Amy, but I love your vibe and your advice is so useful for me too. Are you going to do something that isn't just for yoga teachers? I'm just going to say into a beautiful Blue Yeti mic that I love so much, hell yes, it is coming. It is coming. It's like a real watch this space at the moment. There are things percolating behind the scenes, but I want to just say I am growing this new branch of my business that supports female service-based entrepreneurs share their gifts with the world, help people and make money, because I've known this for quite some time now. All the wonderful work that I do with the yoga teachers in my mentorship program, so much of it is a crossover into just running a business anyway. And I think there needs to be a greater conversation and understanding the energetics of business, our energy, balancing out our energies, all the stuff that yoga teaches us, all the stuff that I know as a yoga teacher and yoga practitioner, how I can integrate this into the business world. So, more women can rise up, share their gifts with the world and make money, because I think that's going to make the world a better place. Not I don't think, I'm going to go say I know it's going to make the world a better place. All right, my darling. So hopefully next time you see me, I won't be on YouTube, that is. I won't be so grainy. And my webcam will be working, but listen, it's a podcast, it's an audio, eh? And sometimes you've got to take imperfect action. I will see you all next week.